Hey y'all, let me give a couple of people some time to get up in here. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is in the best, how can I say, of feelings. God woke us all up this morning, so we should be feeling happy and healthy. You understand? Hey Josephine, how you doing? You the first person up in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure when y'all come in, y'all hit that like button. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, y'all. I'm trying to get these curls together. Hey Shelly Shell. Hey, Miss Loretta, how y'all doing? Now, listen, y'all got to work with Tay because y'all see I ain't got my big body glasses on or whatever. I got my little things, but you know my real sight is in my big things. So your girl might be struggling, but I'm going to do my best. I hope everybody's feeling good. Blessings, blessings to all. I came in here to speak my piece and dip. You know how I do. I'm in a great mood, so hopefully my energy passes on to you. But yeah, we're gonna get into it because I'm trying to figure out what's the goals of what is the outcome? What's going to be the goals? What's going to be the next step, right? Like what's going to be the replacement for the chapter that we have all set in thus far? Like moving on means to move on. What is in the plans for the move on? Because I know there's plans and I know people should have plans and I know people got a whole lot more that they can put into this situation than they have been far as participating in the antics. And listen, we all know that I'm black, so my carbon monoxide detector is beeping in the background. And that is that. Hey Tony. Hey Felicia. How you doing today? No, for real, because goals, right? If your goal is to stop people to stop talking about you, that's never going to happen. That part is never going to happen. People will talk until the end of time. You giving people your time to talk back is where you play a part in that. And far as me, my next chapter is about to boom, baby, because where you at ain't where you have to stay. It don't have to be your permanent placement. When you get a book comes with chapters. What is the next chapter? You understand? Because me personally, you have to embrace. I'm trying to keep in with the chat, but hey to everybody that's coming in. I just don't want to be rude. You understand? Even though I'm chatting that. Hey, Sharon, you have to embrace the role that you have in the part that you play. Everybody is not meant to play the same part. So embrace your part within the part. So that way you know what part you're supposed to play. If you're not embracing who you are, how do you know what potential you possess? I mean, just me personally, I'm going to just be honest, and I feel this way. If the only thing you do is to come here and how can I say? Yeah, tap into what other people say or what you think other people have said about you. You're not a content creator. You are considered a troll. That is troll actions. And we all have trolls. Do you understand? You can't stop the trolls just like you can't stop the supporters. Hey, Mikey. Just like you can't stop the troll, you can't stop the trolls. The trolls is going to be there. We're gonna call them the naysayers. But we're trying to get to some mental wellness here because the mental illness that you see playing within the parts of situations that's going on thus far is crazy. It's crazy because ain't nobody within their normal mind state going to be able to do the things that they do and think that it's okay and find reason for what it is that they're doing to make it okay. Things don't go that way. It shouldn't go that way, and things definitely shouldn't be that way. Like, there's more topics to talk about than the next person. Hey, Cynthia, good morning. Thank you to everybody that's coming in the room. Like, if you see that your time, where your time is up within a certain section, then you should have no problem with moving on and moving forward. There's other things and other topics to talk about. Like, for instance, instead of the things that people been keeping up with, right? Because I came to share, we just gonna spend a little time here. I said the facts because anything that I speak is going to be just that. I'm loving how the lights is matching the people in the room. Let's keep it coming through. Because I came across, right? Well, it's my video. I didn't come across it. I just so happened to be within my videos and surpassed it. And I said, you know what? Maybe it's something that I could share. So we're going to listen to this for a minute and then we're going to talk, right? Listen, let me see. Can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it. This your girl Latte, and I'm back with another video. Of course, if you just got and clicked on to this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, so that way others can become aware, along with clicking that bell so you can also be notified when I make another video. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, today's title and video will I'm sorry, you guys. Mental communication. Mental communication. What is mental communication? Mental communication is basically being able to communicate your mental, be able to explain your feelings, be able to talk about what it is that you're going through, an expression of self. Like if someone asked you, how are you doing? The response that you would give would be a mental communication. It would be mentally letting someone know how you're feeling. A lot of people don't know how to mentally communicate, and it's not a one sex or sided thing. It's not just a female thing. It's a female and male thing. It comes from both sides. Let me break it down to you like this. Today I'm surprising my daughter with go hear me for her birthday. It's your parent. I'm sorry, y'all. Break it down to you like this. How does let me know if I got right communication for men go? Most men don't speak on their feelings. That's the first failure in mental communication. Secondly, for men, they don't like to come off as if they're weak, because they were taught, or a lot of households were taught, far as from the male aspect, you don't do that. You don't come off as if you're not on or up to your game. You understand? Because as a man, you're supposed to always come off as strong, you know? Even though even expressing yourself does not make you weak. Thirdly, men come off unemotional a lot of the times, which make them seem uncaring because they don't express. Hey, Cree, it's me. But hey, K Brown. Is a miss of mental communication. Whereas for men, it's easier to be quiet than to talk. On the other side of that, we have women. Men mostly say that women talk too much because we overly express our feelings a lot of the times. So that way we feel a person wouldn't be able to say we didn't let them know how we felt. Secondly, when it comes to women are a lot more harder these days, being that there is a lot more single family homes where women have to take on the role of a man, to where some women become mentally challenged in the factors of being able to communicate their feelings just as a female. You understand what I mean? They have to come off a lot more taking on the man role. Thirdly, women feel they have to be, let me say it this way, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm one-sided, because one thing I'm not, I'm for both sides, the man and the female. That's why I'm actually having this conversation. But thirdly, I just want to express it in the right way. Women feel like even though they speak a lot, they're not heard as often. That's the best way to explain it. Oh, let me do this thumbnail. That's how they do it? Okay, right. Back into the conversation. Mental communication. Learning to communicate your mental, it does not have to be as hard or taskful as some people make it. But because a lot of people get shut down in the fact is of communicating their feelings, it becomes a thing of the mental where they start to close themselves off. I'm just not going to talk about it. A lot of times people feel like men don't care when in all reality, they actually do. They just don't know how to mentally communicate that they care. Drop in the comments if you're following me. Communicate how much they care as much as women do. They come off as non-caring. But they have things that they go through as well. It doesn't have to be a male or female thing that decides whether you go through something. That's a human thing. Just some people are able to communicate a little bit better what it is and how it is that they're dealing with something. Mental stressing becomes mental depression. That's a form of mental illness. And when I've been, or as I have been making these videos to tap into mental illness, you'll be surprised how many people I've spoken to that let me know they have challenges of their own. It's just they don't express it. They don't communicate it. They don't put it out there. You understand? But that does not mean it don't exist in both men and women. Like I said, women just know how to communicate themselves, or they do communicate about themselves a little bit more. You understand when it comes, okay, men have hard childhoods, women have hard childhoods. Women have bad relationships, men have bad relationships. Women have financial problems, men have financial problems. Absolutely. Women have families, men have families. Absolutely. At New York Presbyterian, we built a Let me know if y'all following the point that I'm trying to get to within this video, because then we're going to discuss it. So just let me know. Just let me know. I mean, matter of fact, I'll be right back. Let me go get my charger for my laptop because it's saying it's going to die. I'm going to let y'all listen in the meantime. He carry himself as if he's all right all the time. And that alone will beat a person up, because then that means you're putting up a persona just to be able to get through your everyday. I'm not going to talk to people about something that I feel they're not going to understand anyway from my perspective. And that's how men take it a lot of the times anyway. Like, I'm going to talk, but I'm still not going to be heard, because a lot of times in conversations, especially when it comes down to relationship wise, when men and women get to the fact of having a mental communication, it goes wrong, because even though there's two people in one conversation, one person is being heard and one person is just listening. Even if they don't agree, they don't put their input, because to change the narrative of what's being said is only going to cause another communication problem. It's not going to go right. I don't know what I'm doing or what it is. I hope y'all follow. They may think that is not my concern, which it goes that way most of the time. Whereas I've noticed, even from the aspect of being a woman and being around. Good morning, Brittany. Women, there's a lot of feminists out here. There's a lot of one-sided. Good morning, Maya. Well, almost afternoon now, right? It's about to be 11 o'clock. Take people. It's just, excuse me, take. Some women feel like emotionally, you just have to be there for me. I don't need to be there for you emotionally. As a man, you're supposed to be able to be my protective agent, my support, my whatever it is that I need. But not realizing that on the other side of that coin, my bad, not coin, it's also needed as well. Yeah, so it's almost 7 o'clock where I'm at, Brittany. Communication. So I guess that's early afternoon. Depression in both, because some people feel like they talk too much, and some people feel like they don't speak enough, which both can be hazardous, because you know the old saying, a closed mouth don't get fed. I'm only playing this video to get a message across. So after this video play, we will discuss what it is that I'm trying to put forth. So when it comes down to the factors of mental communication, it comes off different in men and women. Women will mentally communicate and physically and emotionally and verbally communicate their feelings. Whereas, okay. Hey, y'all. Now, I don't know who watched the video, who was actually listening to what I was saying in the video. The point that I was trying to make in the video is mental communication. How many of us actually know how to mentally communicate our feelings? Not many. I had to learn, and still at some point in time, I struggle. For example, if somebody was to ask you how you doing, your mental answer, your mental response normally would be to automatically say, I'm okay, right or wrong. But mentally, when somebody asks you that question, you so used to suppressing what it is that you're going through, because you're not used to talking to people, or choose not to talk to people, because it's not easy to talk to people. It don't make it no easier. That it's not easy to talk to people these days. Just being honest, it's not, because you feel ultimately like either you're being judged, or you don't want to feel or make another person feel as if you're coming at them within the conversation that you're trying to have. So mental communication within this day and time is very, very bad. If I'm talking to somebody and we're having a heart-to-heart conversation, I can't say that it's a heart-to-heart conversation if I'm picking and choosing what it is and how it is that I'm explaining how it is that I feel. If I'm explaining how I feel, it should be able to just come out. But a lot of us don't even know how we feel on the day-to-day basis. We know we get up. We know we doing what it is that we have to do. But if somebody asks us how we feel, we really don't have a clue, or we really don't even try to pay that part of us no attention, because we not actually trying to sit and soak in what it is that we have going on. A lot of us have had our fair share and don't even know how we made it here, where we are today, with the trials and tribulations that we've been through. But a trial will never and always be a tribulation. Sometimes a trial is just that, a trial. And you see, when you go and you sign up for different programs and different things, trials can go for different periods. Trials can go for 14 days. A trial could go for 30 days. A trial could go for 45 days. It depends on the trial that you're dealing with or that you're taking in. Like, you see how they say, hey, try a free trial of such and such. And at the end of the month, if you choose that you don't like, you follow what it is that I'm saying. So a trial is going to be a trial. And sometimes that is just that. So when we get into the factors of seeing people communicate a certain type of way, that's because when it comes to mentally communicating, people don't have that part in them. That's why you see that's why you see arguing instead of dialogue, because when a person runs out of intellectual things to say, it starts getting immature. It shows the immaturity within a person. Then you start hearing curse words. And then you start hearing a person start insulting another person. Oh, saying something bad to deflect from what it is that is actually trying to be communicated. Because even if I'm talking to another adult and they say something that I don't like, it's still up to me as the human within myself how I choose to respond. I can't allow someone to control their response in my response. That just be me giving them control of the situation entirely. You can allow someone to speak, and then you can be the person to speak after. It's not like everybody can be heard at the same time in a conversation. But how someone speaks, even when they're in confrontation, shows their mental communication. If you go to a place of business, right, and they don't service you the way that you feel that you should have been serviced, it's two ways that you can handle that situation. You could be professional about it and seek who the person on top of the person is that you had the problem with, and make it noted that, oh, well, I came into your place of business and I don't feel that I was serviced correctly as a customer. And you go from there. They even have websites that where if you go into a certain business, they have surveys where you can rate the business and how you were treated while you were there, right? Or you can be that person that goes into a business and be like, what? I'm spending my money here. You supposed to treat me a certain type of way. Like, y'all bitches, what? Wait, what? Hold on. So that's how you mentally commute. Now, we not saying the way the person treated you was not wrong, but within the situation, you don't think that there was a way that you could have went about handling yourself differently to where you could have came across and also been heard differently and been given a different respect? Because when you come with that type of tempo, it shows that you have no intellect. And when you're dealing with people that don't have no intellect, that's as far as they willing to go, because that's as far as they can get. Reading a person, you remember back in the days, I don't know how old some of the people are within the chat, but follow me on this. You ever heard the saying, she read her ass? A read can be just that, a read. Sometimes you talking in a regular tone and telling somebody about themselves hurt more than you being aggressive and in a certain nature of they just not going to get it, because now it's going to be confrontation and defending instead of listening. I'm going to more so try to defend myself, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So energy is always going to be everything. So the energy you give will always be the energy you receive. And if you don't come with a certain energy, it's just not a certain energy that you're going to intake. I'm telling you this from experience. I tell y'all, I'm healing, but I'm not healed yet. I still trip over my feet sometimes. But when you have goals to better yourself, you have to stop looking at the other person and start looking at yourself. Sometimes things don't change, people don't change, because you yourself as a person has not changed. And the way you respond to things will ultimately show whether you have changed or not. Because I'm not going to go into a place of business and just be like every other ratchet motherfucker that possibly done came in here called they self-defending. No, I'm going to give them something new that they not used to. Okay, I'm going to let them know my problem. And depending on how they deal with me, okay, no problem. I'm going to deal with the situation accordingly. For me to sit there and go back and forth within a situation is not going to mean me no good, but it's definitely going to get me misunderstood. And it's also going to have me now, instead of looking like I should be, how can I say, respected and my problem should be taken care of, deflected. Now it's going to be deflected by my actions, because all they going to see is the what? Come outside. I plot. I put. Listen, with all the people that's dying today on the regular basis, why is people still talking about pulling up to other people's houses? Niggas ain't trying to live. Do you know, once you leave your house, right? I'm just going to put something out there. Once you leave your house, right, and go, whatever happens while your dumb ass is there, that's considered as self-defense. And it's also premeditated. You had the time to think of the factors of you traveling, taking the time to travel to another person's place of residence to cause a problem. Let's just put that in mind. You ain't going bearing fucking fruits and snacks, okay? You going with the factors and mental state to attack. People don't see people not making it home no more for less shit. Women are getting stabbed just because they don't want to engage, okay? I'm not telling nobody I'm pulling up nowhere. And just for future reference, right? Come closer. Future reference, right? Real G's move in silence, right? When you really about some shit and you really gonna do some shit, it's silence. You never tell somebody what you going to do before you do it to give them the upper hand to be able to either do that shit to you first or do even worse. And not only the factors of that, your dumbass is incriminating yourself. So when you learn how to mentally communicate, you know it ain't no time for all of that. I'm going to say what I have to say. We're going to agree or disagree, and we're going to go our separate ways casually. I'm not on no phone with nobody, no computer with nobody, no time to give nobody. Time is short. Time don't wait for nobody. So to be shortening your time by giving it to bodies that you say have no importance to you, it's crazy to me. But if you knew how to mentally communicate a little better, then you wouldn't even have no time or interest to insert yourself in certain things. And some people do insert themselves in certain things. And the way you insert yourself in certain things, right, is if you're not speaking from a positive place and you're putting a negative input, you're just as much as a part of the problem as anything, because mental wellness is everything. And when you wish the best for your friend and you want your friend to be of nothing but greatness, you're not going to instill mental illness into them. Because what I'm saying is, anything that you know is going to be a trigger to your friend, you're not going to bring it to them. That's not mental wellness. A healthy friend is going to pour healthy things into their friend because they're healthy minded as well and within. That shit is not going to even make a difference. You're going to tell your friend how to handle things differently. Listen, girl, you're above that. You are the head and you are not the tail. You don't have to respond to things beneath you, because then you're bringing yourself down. And you are a queen. You have to straighten your crown in certain situations. Don't bow down to things that is not of you. Don't tell your homegirl, yeah, girl, fuck that. So-and-so sad, and we gonna pull up, and whoever want the smoke to get the smoke, that makes you become a big-ass joke. Because a woman that got time about or something going for herself, she knows she got too much to lose. Anybody, fuck a woman. It could be a goldfish. If a goldfish knows that it got shit going for itself and it can't afford to lose it, I'm not allowing nobody to put me in a situation to put judgment on my life that may change my life forever. You know what happens where you at, but you never know what's gonna happen when your ass get there. In these days, ain't nobody playing fair. Because if you're coming to hurt me, I'm going to make sure I attempt to double hurt you. The way you come will not be the way you will be leaving. So now my life is altered because even though it may be self-defense, for one, my family had to go through the factors of that, be a part of something that they possibly didn't have nothing to do. Or I may still serve some type of fucking time because depending on how hard I go, they may say it was overkill. What's worth that? A couple of words. Mental communication. Hey, ma'am, I don't like you. You don't like me. We can still be professional as we can be. And professional means if I see you within an establishment, a place of business, or we just so happen to encounter the same interactions or situations, I'm not going to be the person that's jacking what you got going on while you there. Who's there for you? Who's there for me? That's not going to be of any of my worries. What's going to be of my worries is me and the way I handle myself in the situation. Even down to the fact is, it don't even ultimately have to be a I don't like you and you don't like me situation. It could be an agree to disagree situation. But when you go to a certain extent, right? If you go to a certain extent, right? Certain bridges, once you go to certain lengths, ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from that. So mental communication helps you be able to communicate to people in a certain way to where you don't come off as if you just mental. And it's real because a lot of adults got kids out here, right? Kids, grandkids, probably somebody else's kids, nieces and nephews, maybe little JoJo from up the block, the neighbor kids. But if you don't know how to handle yourself as a person, right? As an adult, and adults have to realize this. Kids are always watching. Like this. Why do you think our kids, how can I say, act out what it is that they see us do? The responses that they hear us give, the action when certain songs that come on that they know. Kids are very observant. And if your child is observing you, wouldn't you want them to view you in a certain light that shows them a way to be able to handle and condition themselves if they also enter into a situation? If they see their mommy or parent always going off or always into it or always got some shit going on or do not know how to handle their emotions as an adult, what mental wealth are you pouring into your child again? I'll wait. I'll wait. And once again, take and say, I'm speaking from experience, baby. Don't think that anything that I'm saying, if I'm putting it out there for the next person, is totally something that I've either experienced myself or experiencing myself. Because there was a time that I was dealing with heavy mental illness. There was no mental wealth. I did not know how to handle my emotions. Anything was a trigger to me. Hey, Brandy. Anything was a trigger. Hey, Mabel. Any and everything could be a trigger to me. And once I was triggered, that was it. Like a fire will burn, okay? Once a fire starts, some shit getting burnt. We don't know how the fire gonna get put out, how long it's gonna take for the fire to get put out. But we know even once the fire is put out, there's still smoke. Okay? And I did not know how to control my emotions, nor did I know how to calm myself down. Right? So what did that cause? If I got children around observing me, it taught my children how to not be able to control their emotions. Now that I'm getting better, they're also getting better. Because I tell my kids all the time, use your words, okay? Use your words. You have to be able to use your words. Don't ever let somebody get you to the point to where there's no words, and then now you just fully explosive off of actions. Because meaning, I was dealing with depression, and not just depression. I was a manic depressant. So you know what that means. Do anybody in the chat know what that means? If you have been a person that's dealt with depression, I know we all have dealt with something in some type of way, but people deal with different things at different levels. Some people levels are higher than others, and mine was at an all-time high, to the fact is that I didn't even know that I was dealing with something the way I was dealing with something until I went to talk to somebody about what it was that I was dealing with. Now, the good part about going to talk to somebody sometime is that you're talking to somebody that don't know you. Hey, Terry, you're talking to somebody that don't know you. So far as having judgment, that's not a thing. But at that point, I was so low in my mental life that I didn't know or couldn't tell whether a person had everything seemed like judgment at that point. Okay? And to have depression going on, but to not only have depression going on, but to be a manic depression, that means I could be happy at any moment at an all-time high. Bing, 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 bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang. Or I could be down at any moment. Oh, God, my life is over. I want to kill myself. In the bed for days. Don't want to get up. Don't want to eat. Don't want to sleep. Like, my emotions is such on a roller coaster, and they're all going off at the same damn time. So I'm not knowing which one of my emotions to go off of, the highs or the lows. They all seem the same at that point. But if that's what I was going through, what was my children observing from me? I'll wait. My emotional roller coaster. So don't think for a minute, right? When you up here, even if your kids is in the next goddamn room, because kids is nosy. You ever notice when you on the phone with somebody and you ain't even talking to them, but you might be talking about a situation that may be familiar to them, right? And they just come out of nowhere and call themselves, or if you talking to a person and instill or install themselves in your conversation, and you got to tell them, hey, go stay in the child's place. But do you understand the factors of what I say when I'm saying that kids are always listening and they're always watching? So if they see that every time you go on this or any situation that you're in, you're just spiraling and spinning and going off the goddamn handle, what does that teach your children? And those is the same kids that we got going crazy out in the world right now. Because if the parents don't know how to handle themselves, how are they going to teach them kids or teach their kids or kids of kids or any kids how to handle themselves? It's a lose-lose situation. You have to mentally prepare yourself to be able to handle yourself. Because if you can't handle you, how anybody else going to be able to handle you? So you have to be able to mentally communicate, even in situations that might not be so great. It can be a word-to-word situation. Once you start go into the factors of, oh, insulting somebody or cussing and fussing, that overthrows the whole situation. Now the only thing a person sees is your actions. Your words are no longer validated. They really not meaning shit to the next person. So when you able to mentally click and say, you know what, I'm not doing this. This is not for me. This is going to be a one-man situation, and I'm going to remove myself. And when I see that a person is mentally healthy to be able to conversate with me again, if that's what's supposed to happen, then that's what it is that will take place. But other than that, we are going to have to remove ourselves from this space in this time, because I'm not being a part of anything that's going to bring me from here to here. From here to here, okay? A queen has to keep her crown straight, okay? The people that is around the queen is not supposed to be able to come and just tilt her crown at any point in time or when they choose. Every time somebody says something about you is not something that you have to respond to. I don't care. I bet you I'll respond to somebody saying something, because negativity is always going to be there. It's hard to grasp the concept and receive positive anything, even down to just energy. So if I can focus on what there's not much of versus what there's a lot of already, I'd rather bring more of what I possess or can bring to the table over here, so we can have more of it over here versus focusing on anything that's going on over there. Even though, and I said this in Tiff comments last night, right? While she was live, cousin, lover, right? Just because you speak on a topic, that should not define you as a person. Just because I spoke on a story, that doesn't define me as a person. Don't put me in no box. I'm not in a box. I can be speaking about this today and speaking about something else tomorrow. Just because we met on a certain accord does not mean that's the same accord I'm going to stay on. At some point in time, my path might switch, and I should not be judged for it. I should be able to still maintain the same respect, because if you support me for my work, right? And for the person that I am, then you're going to support me in period. Am I going to always maybe say something that you agree with? No, but that's where mental communication comes in at. We should be able to display that without conflict and move on from it, because I am not my story. I am the person that is telling the story, okay? Don't look at the goddamn messenger, accept the message. Sometimes people be so focused on judging where the message is coming from that they can't even focus on receiving the message for what the message is worth. Oh, look at her. She living in an apartment. She got multiple kids. I can't take no advice from. Oh, yeah, you can take a lot of advice from me. I got a story to tell. You want to hear it? Here it go. Because it's not about me or my circumstances that you're listening to, okay? It's the message that's coming through me that could just be for you. God put messages in different scenarios, through different situations, and through different people. If you busy judging where the messages is coming from, how will you ever be able to receive the message? How? It don't work that way. And people be so busy on here judging the messenger that they don't realize, even though I came with that message, I might come with another one. And it may not be the same as the last one, because now I'm on to something different. So don't put me in a box to where, as if, okay, I spoke about this. Now that just makes all that I am. and all that I can do and all that I can speak on. And if I'm not speaking on that, then that means that I'm not speaking on nothing. Well, I was speaking on things before I chose to speak on that. Okay? And even though I chose to dwell in the scenario of that, that's not going to be ultimately where I'm going to be stuck at. At some point in time, there's going to be some movement. Okay? And once I start to move and there is movement, don't be against or narrate or talk about or downplay the movement that I'm now moving with. Or this is the one. Because I chose to speak on a story, I have to be hating on a person. No, there's no hate. There's no hate at all. What there was an observation, right? I observed the situation. I spoke on the situation from my point of view, which I can't force on you. If you agree, we agree, that's cool. But if we don't, that should be cool too. But to say that in this scenario and within this story is where I'm going to stay, no, I ain't got to have no hate for a person. It ain't got to be because I want a person's life. None of that. So if I sat there and I came across a story where I'm talking about a goldfish and the goldfish got all this extravagant shit, but it's not acting right to the other goldfish in the tank, because I decide to speak on how that goldfish is not acting proper to the other goldfish in the tank, that mean I'm hating or feel away because that goldfish lives extravagantly? No. If that's the case, this is my new thing, okay? And I actually wrote it down, because when you want things to come to life and to full view, you write your goals down and then you put them in action for you, right? That's what you're supposed to do. But I want people to actually say, at least to themselves, multiple times within the day, not only that you are not the head, that you are the head and not the tail. We already know that. But you can sit there and say, if you're not in a homeless situation, I may not be in a mansion, but I'm not on the street. Okay? I may not be in a mansion, but I'm not on the street. I may not have $1 million, but I got what I need. Different levels of happiness for different people. Okay? You can't sit there and call somebody all kinds of bum ass bitches and all type of shit, right? When far as you know, they living towards their heart content. People paths are different. I may have value in different things. Our money may not spend the same way. You may decide, hey, I want to go buy a Burke bag. I might decide I want to buy some land. I may be saving up to buy some land to give my kids the best future that I can. You may be just saving up to be able, or you may not even have to save, but you may be just comfortable with going to buy Gucci shoes, making people rich that's rich already. I may want to figure out how I can purchase some vending machines and put them in different locations and have that be an investment so it can still provide a future for me and my children. You understand? You may feel you want to go and eat at Roof Chris, right? And that's okay if you choose that you like steak, right? But I might decide that I want to invest in seeds, fruits, and vegetables to be able to grow something for me and my kids that give longevity. The values can be different. You might want to go buy milk, right? I may want to have cows on my damn farm where I can just go outside and get milk. Different values, different plans, different people. Just because you sitting where you at and you may think that you sitting high, Don't ever think that somebody else's lifestyle or it should be considered low, because it's not at or which the standards is, which yours would be. You got different standards, baby. You may be a woman that's comfortable with living off of a man's pocket, or being, in the business of allowing somebody to feed you so you could allow somebody to starve you at the same time. I may be an independent woman where I want to also get something that's mine. It's two different mind states. Indianapolis West Side fan for sure. Hey, everybody that's coming in the building, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit that like button as you coming in. I'm just trying to give a little dialogue and pass a message, because sometimes in this world, things could get a lot of, it's cloudy outside. And I'm not even talking about the sun. I'm talking about on top of people's heads, which is supposed to be considered as their brain. Because if you're not thinking the same as somebody else, you're ultimately considered to be lame. I don't want to be with a part of what everybody else is doing. Do you see how that's working out? If everybody's going left, I want to go right. If everybody decides to go right, then I'm going to have to start shuffling left, because I want to be what stands out. I'm never the type that was supposed to fit in. I'm different. So I'm going to show my difference. I'm not going to take my difference and put it into a situation where now I become something of the same. The Lord did not make us all different for a reason. I don't care if I came up here, because I'm not even being funny, and I had a message to give, even if I didn't have my glasses and didn't or was not able to read the comments. It's not about what I'm seeing. It's ultimately about what I'm saying. You can't get distracted by the things that's around you, because the things that's around you ultimately could be the things that's exactly not for you. I can admit when I'm wrong or etc. I apologize and move on, not keep going through the same issue. What is some of these people setting an example for? Yes, that's because people don't know how to have accountability. People would rather place blame than have accountability for any actions, okay? Having accountability doesn't mean that you still not allowed to feel the way that you feel, but having accountability is accepting that things probably and possibly could have went differently. But when you willing and you're able and your whole thing is to place blame, you're going to always be comfortable with placing blame rather than having to actually sit in what you actually have to sit in, which is yourself. It's easier to attack somebody else than attack you. We don't ever want to attack us. Okay? You know the saying how people will say, oh, well, I did that to you because you did so and so to me. But if you're a person that just can't do certain things, another person is not going to be able to make you do a certain shit. You just can't do it. And I'm a person that now is of that nature. Before, I would get upset, and I'm going to the fullest of lengths to let you know I'm upset. If I feel a way, you feel a way. We gonna feel a way together, okay? You hurt me, I'm definitely going to hurt you. See, do you see that mind state? Where's that going to get you? Ultimately, if I feel something does not benefit me, I'm going to disengage. I'm no longer going to engage with it. Once I figure out that that's not what's going to make me feel good in any type of way, or no good is going to come from it, why am I going to soak in it? I'm going to disengage from it And I'm going to remove myself and put myself in a place where I know I can be mentally safe. I'm not going to engage with a situation that I don't know which way it could go. So I'm not going to put myself in a situation and then blame the next person for my actions. It was still my choice to either engage or disengage. So now once I make the choice to engage, it's no longer on that other person. It's fully on me. I was mad. I still could have went the fuck about my business. That's like if a nigga cheat on you, right? For example, or a female cheat on you, right? You have a choice to either sit there and take in what a person is saying, accept their apologies, and still get back with them and take the chance of either you being cheated on again or things actually working out and y'all moving on from it. Or you could get cheated on that one time and say, you know what? I'm not even giving a person a chance to fuck me again. That's not going to happen. But if you don't make the choice to leave, you no longer have the right to blame the next person for any of your actions. You had the right to disengage. You chose to still engage. That's fully on you, right? Right. If you choose to argue with the person, the same way you can choose to argue, you can choose not to. Let them have it. Sometimes, most times, less is more, okay? The less energy you put into negativity, the less energy, say it with me, you put into negativity, the more peace you will have. The less you put in to negativity, the more peace you will get out. Trust me. It's people that's dealing with death, okay? I know a couple of people are, different people traumas, different people situations, different outcomes. People deal with different things differently. Today I might be okay. Today I might be able to handle the weight. Tomorrow may not be a good day. But if I know that tomorrow came and it's not a good day, I should not throw that energy on nobody else and then use the factors of me possibly not having a good day for the reason for my actions. No, I knew I wasn't having a good day when I chose to engage. Okay? I could have disengaged and then came back when I was feeling in a more comfortable state to be able to engage with others and not give them my negativity that's going on within me. It's a real thing. Okay? Energy travels. You could be talking to your people, your homegirl, family member, everybody. You can answer the phone. Hey, girl. What's up? Yeah, girl. Let me tell you what happened. So now you done stop. Boom, boom, boom. See how the energy was? Now you like, what happened? For real? Yeah, girl, because so and so, whatever the situation may be. Now you done took on that next person's energy and you don't even notice it until after it has already become a thing. You understand? But that next person didn't even take the time to think. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because if you actually, is nothing wrong with intent, right? But when some people enforce, you ever notice how some people talk to you and even though they not saying your name or basically seeming as if they're talking about you, they talking about you to you, but you not supposed to have a clue. You know the type of people that say shit, Yeah, because I'm not fucking with people no more. Yeah, because don't nobody help me. I got to do everything by myself. Or, oh, yeah, because when I need somebody to call, I ain't got nobody to call. Ain't not a fuck on the phone right now. Right now. Right now. So, if you ain't got nobody to call, and how the hell did you end up calling me? So am I in reference to a nobody? Because I'm confused, because I'm taking time out of my day to display or give you some time to display whatever it is that you need to display, even though it wasn't on the same energy level of which I was on. So now, just from you taking that little bit of time, you know, you was feeling good. Hello? That one phone call could initially fuck up your whole day. It could initially mess up your whole day because you took on a not so good energy. Do you feel me? So now if another person would have called and you was on some and the phone ring, hey girl, what you doing? Ain't shit, girl, just sitting in here, such and such and such. Oh, hey, girl, yeah. Yeah, girl, let me tell you what happened. Such and such. Your energy is going to keep flowing. It's going to be a rhythm, an even rhythm. So you have to place your energy with people that equally meets the energy that you need. You can't place yourself around somebody that energy is down here, and you a person that operate off of energy that's up here. It's not. You see that? It, what the fuck? That's like you could take a person to the water, but you can't make them drink. You ever have, or you a person that's about getting it. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm going to work. I'm doing my thing. I got this going for me over here. I got this going for me over here. So is that always one person? Hey, you think you could help me? You know, so and so, I've been looking for a job. You know, it ain't really that many jobs out here, whatever the case may be. So if you know somebody, or if you could get me in somewhere, I most definitely got to work on not paying negativity any mind. I tend to fall and feed into it. It happens. It be triggers. You have to learn your triggers. And once you realize and know what triggers you, you'll know when to disengage. Hey, baby. Now, I'm going to be honest. Like, where was I? On the factors of, if I know something, I'm going to go to another point, and then if that point comes back, I'll grab that. A little adult ADHD, but that's okay. Right. Anyway, energy, right? If you match energy, or you go around energy that's here and you're there, then that energy should also try to bring you up here. But if you down here and your energy, and you place yourself around somebody that got energy up here, and you try to bring their energy down, because some people will be upset like you too happy. Oh, the thought that I got it back, y'all. I got it back. This is what I was saying. You know how you got shit going for yourself, or you a person that's about doing something. So you ultimately, a person asks you, can you help them, or in that nature, can you put the word in for them for a job, or whatever the case may be. But you be kind of afraid to do that sometimes, because your word is everything, right? And if you know the person that you know, sometimes you know what a person's energy may be. Like, nigga, you really ain't trying to fucking work. You ain't really trying to do shit. You saying some shit because you know you possibly need some shit. But are you really trying to get some shit ultimately? Because I can't put in a good word for you and you end up fucking me. So then people will try to make it seem like, because you don't feel that they putting in enough effort for themselves, right? That you not putting in enough effort for them. You want me to help you more than you helping you? Make that make sense. You can't look at another person's lifestyle and what if? What if? What if you got your ass up and really did something? And doing something does not, everybody don't have to go about doing the same things, okay? In the same way. Everybody does not show up to the same place at the same time. That does not mean it's still not considered a win. Just because I got here at 5 o'clock and you got here at 7, that don't mean that you shouldn't be celebrated as well because you made it. You made it. Anything you put your feet into and you decide to get them wet, that's a good thing. It's never a fail. Okay? You never fail at trying something new. You attempted to do something you never did before. So if you've never done it before, how are you going to be perfect at it the first time? Even though the first time all of us or some of us had Uchi Coochie my friend, and everybody said it was supposed to be so good and so exciting, everybody first experience really wasn't. Different things, different scenarios. Okay? You may have went to high school, got a diploma, and got some type of job, and that may be working for you, and that's the life that you comfortable with. Hey, Sexy Ray. There may be another person that didn't graduate at all and rich out their ass just for the factors of the way they chose to invest in themselves. You can't knock one person because they took a different route. Their route is their route, your route is your route. But you have to place yourself around people that's on the route or in the direction in which you're trying to get to. You can't place yourself around people that's going this way and you trying to go that way. Why would you be in that car? If they going in that direction, what? Get your ass out that car. I don't give a damn if you got to walk, catch a bus, or wait for another ride, or hop in another car of your own. Get your ass out that car. That car it means you nothing. It means you nothing. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in. Share the live. If you are not a subscriber, please become one, friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come and hit latte subscribe button. But if they not going in the same direction you going in, get your ass out that car and find another means of support. Okay? Because if people not, that car consists of the mental. Okay? Let's just say that's a mental ride. And if that ride is not mentally going in the direction where you see yourself, get the hell out and find something that's going in the other direction. Place yourself around people or put yourself in rooms that's either doing what you want to do or doing what you seek to do. Drama is not nothing to do. Anybody can do drama. Like, drama's easy. I don't even have to know nobody to have to cause drama with them. But what type of person does that make me? And what does it show that I have time for? And what placement does it show that my mental is in? And what energy am I giving? Hey, KJ, my grandbaby watching me. What mental communication am I putting out into the air when it comes to me? Because you can dumb yourself down when you put yourself in rooms that's smaller than you. Okay? If you got plans and you trying to see your plans through, how you going to see your plans through if you putting yourself around people that don't have the same views? It don't work that way. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people didn't see that it was cool to support Tay until other people were supporting Tay. The people that I ultimately thought would instantly support me or instantly be like, yeah, do it. I know you could do it, girl. No. A lot of responses was like, what? You gonna do YouTube? And sometimes I didn't know if it was off the factors of people watch YouTube normally for videos. They're not used to actually having somebody that does YouTube in their house. And social media is such a thing to where certain things are not taken seriously. See, social media for other people is entertainment. Social media for Tay is my job. Entertainment, job. We are not on social media for the same things. I'm producing something for social media. You're watching what I produce on social media. So for me to feel that you're going to understand what my part is when you only know how to play your part, I have to realize it's not the same part. Okay? So I have to place myself around people that's or things that's starting or that has the same vision as me. What Tay started doing, listen, I would roll my little blunts up at night. We keeping it real, right? I would roll my little blunts up at night once my kids would go to bed or whatever in the house, and I mentally can soak information in because I'm not actually have to be active at that point in time. And I will watch video after video after video after video about the things that I needed to learn, to know how to do this, how to edit that, dumb thumbnail this, uploading that. And that's where my mind state was at, to the point that other people now, once they start coming around me, or if a conversation starts, the first thing people say now is, girl, you seen that story? Or girl, I sent you a story. Because now they respect the fact that we are different. You are supposed to be the support system, but I'm the system that's creating the support. Do you understand? Without no boss, there is no company. Without no company, there is no employees. Without no employees, there is nothing. So you see how that works? So one has to respect the other's placement in order for things to get and go where they need for it to go. Hey, Carolina girl. So for me, I had to watch other YouTubers. Okay, watch vidIQ. For those that want to be a content creator and they trying to figure it out, they don't have to go through the ropes that I went through. If they choose to, they can contact me and we can converse. And where you need help, I will be conducive, baby. Because listen, sometimes people don't like to help out the next person. But sometimes people need to realize you're not only looking to receive a blessing. I say this all the time. If anybody's on my live, they hear me say it all the time, all the time. If you new here, you will get used to it. It's not always about receiving a blessing. Sometimes it's about you being a blessing. I'm not going to not tell you something because I'm going to be afraid that you may move past further than me. Another person, most people be like, this information, I got to keep this under hush because I can't let nobody else know. That's not true. If you do what it is that you do, then that doesn't account or court on other people. Helping other people should never move or change your position. It should heighten it because now you become a blessing and people will see you as just that. Versus you looking or being one of those people that's looking to get blessed through other people versus being a blessing to others. Information is the highest thing that you can give somebody, and it's free. Even though people charge on this YouTube shit, I'm gonna be honest, when I first got into it, I used to pay, okay, to try to figure out certain things. I don't know if y'all know Peach McIntyre that's on here, but you know she sells the little e-guides or whatever. You damn right. I bought her e-guide because when you want to be the best in yourself, you invest in yourself, right? So I invested in myself so I could be the best within myself. And then I noticed the more I put into me, the more I got out of me. It may not seem like a lot to some people, okay? But it's a damn sure stepping stone for me. Okay, my little 9K, and I ain't gonna, that's what they say, right? Little 9K. No, big 9K. Okay, and still growing. And I can't wait to get to 10K so I can celebrate. If y'all want to help Tay get to 10K, share this live, baby. Help me get to 10K. Let's boost and boost and boost. Each one help one. One hand wash the other, and both hands wash the face. It ain't always about monetary gain. Hey, open book. How you doing, beautiful? But my whole purpose for this live and coming through today was to try to instill and install some type of mental communication into the factors of people. Okay, it's always on you how you choose to respond as a person. Be careful with the energy that you are putting out into the atmosphere, because ultimately that can be the energy that you will only receive back. And if you want to do better, you have to put in better. You can't do shit and don't think that you ain't gonna get shit. And that's just real shit. You understand? It don't. You have to put in the work to get towards what you want. And sometimes putting in the work starts with self, not even a damn job. We are the job, okay? Sometimes the job that God gives us is the only one job that we need to do. And that's the job of working on self. The more you work on self, the better outcome of a person you will be. You go through chapters of your life for a reason, not to stay the same somebody. It's to become the somebody that you choose to be. Now, if you choose to always be a fucked up somebody, then that's not even a chapter book. That's going to be an insert in an ending. That's it. But if you actually have chapters to you, which means layers, you've been through points in your life that you are no longer there anymore, and you're trying to get to a level that you never thought that you could reach. See, that's my goal, okay? I want my voice to be able to reach ears that I could never imagine. Okay. I want people in places that I have never even been to be able to know my name. I want to be able to be on screens in people's houses and be able to be listened to by people's ears in places that I never thought that I could even reach, because people all my life around me been hearing my voice, but whoever thought that my voice would be able to spread so far and so wide? So if I have a voice and I feel that my voice is something that needs to be heard, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have all the proper words to put it in, okay? I don't have all the highest levels of education, okay? But what I am is a human being, and I feel that I come with the story attached to me that people wouldn't mind hearing. And I feel like when I come with the message, it's not a bad message where people wouldn't mind taking it in. It's conducive. So if I can be a voice that can come upon ears that I never thought I would be able to reach, then that's a concrete goal for me. That is a concrete goal for me. Do you know how I feel when I walk in one of my kids' rooms and they're actually listening to one of their mother's videos? Do you know how I feel when my baby tell me, Mom, I was in class today and we was on recess and my friends and us was allowed to be on our devices and I was showing them our videos and do you know how that makes me feel? That means my kids are proud of what they mother do. So just like we want our kids to make us proud, I want to make them proud too. I want to let them know that where you start ain't got to be where you end at. You may have seen my bad days, but I ultimately want you to see my great days as well. And if I have the time to do that while I still got breath in my body, then that's the goal that I'm going for. That's it. And whatever comes with it, I am appreciative of it. I'm not going to pray for monetary gain because hopefully my blessings greet me along the way. I want to be the money. Do you understand? Not only get the money, I want to be the money. Do you understand that when people see me, they see nothing but value? Money has value. Why does money have value? Because it can do the things for you that you need for it to do. What does a good word do for you? It can help you do the things that you need to do. You ever be feeling, I'm going to be honest, is this lady on TikTok? I can't even think of her name right now. But she be giving that word. And while she be giving the word, she be walking on the walker exercising. And when I tell you at some point in time, she don't even be there no more. Just the words that be coming out of her mouth is what be coexisting at that point in time, because she totally leaves the building and the word is all that's being heard, and that's the purpose that she's playing at that she's the part that she's playing at that point in time. But when I tell you the way it feels when I hear this lady speak, I wasn't having a good day. I was not having a good day yesterday. And it's not because anything was wrong. I felt tired. Like, I ain't really do too much, but I just felt tired. Like, I need some sleep tired. Like, if I just want to lay down tired. But ultimately, I'm just tired, right? So I just so happens to go on my phone or whatever. And the first video I see is her walking on this thing. So now as I'm listening to some of the words that she say, it didn't fully set in yet, because at first it just caught my attention as she's walking on the treadmill, right? So now I'm taking my phone with me into that bathroom, right? Because I have to use the bathroom. So soon as I got in the bathroom, if I'm lying, I'm flying, and I will die on this camera right now. As soon as I got in the bathroom, when I tell you that lady word, the words that came out of that lady mouth next, the way you go in the bathroom ain't got to be the way you leave. Get yourself together. You got it. Even if you do this, or do you understand? And in that moment, that was my message. That was God talking to me through her. And I received it. You know what Tay did? She used the bathroom. She turned the shower on. She got herself together. And after that, I actually went live and was talking to a couple of you guys that's in here right now. But I didn't stick with that feeling. Did you see how God sent me that message? It wasn't through somebody that I knew. I don't know her. She don't know me. But what would be the instance that what was coming out of her mouth was my situation, definite and definitely. And she told me, listen, the way you go in this bathroom ain't got to be the way you leave. And Tay said, you ain't got to tell me more than once. You see these baby edges? They're done. You see my curl? It's done. You see my glasses? They ain't the ones I need, but they on. Where am I? I'm here, baby. Consistency is everything. You can't think that things in your life is going to be consistent if you're not being consistent. Okay? If you be consistent, things will fall in place consistently. Now, life is always going to be life. Okay? That's why it's called life. You are living life. Nobody ever tells you when life is going to actually happen while you're living. You're going to have to deal with some shit. Now, how you get past it and continue to move on through life, now that's the big pick, because you have to continue living consistent. You have to live consistent. I'm not saying don't take no breaks, because we all need a break sometime. If you don't restart, even a battery needs to recharge. Even at some point in time, your phone say, listen, I got a goddamn, I've had enough. Plug me in or I'm going to shut the fuck off. And if you don't plug that phone in, what's going to happen? It's going to die. So if you don't ever plug yourself in to be able to relax and restart again, you're going to be out here. You can't take on nothing with good energy if you ain't got no energy. How you going to take on anything with energy if you don't have the energy for it? A lot of times people doing things because they forced to do. Okay? Like, you know, some people that hate their jobs, but they go to their jobs every day because the job is what pays for where they stay and everything else that they have created far as responsibilities. But if you ultimately go in that job like you don't already want to be there before you get there, what's going to be your energy while you are there versus having a mind state? Listen, I don't want to do this shit anyway, but listen, I'm going to go here, I'm going to pop, 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 knock this shit out, get my hours, the 1, 2, and I'm out. I gave them their time. They did that. I ain't gonna sit there and drag about it, because at the end of the day, what is that doing to me like far as my energy? You can't be dragged to everything that you have to do for you. Everything ain't gonna be fun. That don't mean you ain't gotta do it. Just like the factors of us having kids. Having the kids was the easy part. Nobody never said raising them wasn't going to be hard. You are still dealing with another human being that has their own way of thinking, and you have to be the person that instills the correcting. So, yeah, that's going to get kind of hard at some point in time, because like all humans do, everybody's not going to want to listen to you or feel like you giving them the right information. So there's going to be some type of tussles at some point in time. Right. So even in life, it's going to be that. So if you can't even fully control your kids as human beings, in some cases, you know damn well you can't control the world. If people can't control themselves, it's definitely going to be, ultimately, you're not going to be able to control someone else. But not giving a damn whether you can control them. We ain't talking about the kids now. We talk about the people. Not giving a damn whether you can control another grown adult and fully taking control of how you control yourself. Round of applause, my people. Open book say amen and amen again. To God be the glory. Yes, yes, yes. I have no choice but to give him thanks, all thanks, and more thanks. And hopefully when I'm speaking, he hears my voice too, to know that I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. He sees me, and hopefully somebody else sees me, and other people sees me, and my voice actually gets to reach in places, like I said, I never thought that it would, because this is only the beginning. Every day I'm not going to come up here and be talking about tea. The tea is people fucking struggling. Excuse me. The tea is people are struggling mentally, physically, and emotionally. We could put financially, or wait, I don't want to seem like I'm giving. We could put financially all the way the fuck over here, because sometimes money is only the small, minute point of things. Sometimes the everything else is worse, way worse. If you struggling mentally, physically, and emotionally, you ain't gonna be able to do shit to get you no financially. So the financially is going to be all fucked up until you get these three together. But you can't let the factors of not being straight financially fuck you up mentally, physically, and emotionally either. You have to figure out what works for you to be able to help all of those things get the one thing that you need to supersede. That's the reason for me. I don't know about everybody else. I don't just come up here and be like, oh, cash app. Listen, I appreciate the cash apps, okay? If you choose to support me, super thanks, membership, super sticker, however it goes, anything that they allow on while I'm allowed, even if it's a simple like or share. But yes, the monetary part helps me invest in myself to be a better self while I'm here to be able to project a better me to give you a better view. That's what it is that I'm trying to do in this situation. Like I said, I just moved into my place. So on top of the fact is of getting things that I need, I'm ultimately trying to get an office space together, within my space, so that way it can be dedicated just solely to my work. So that way I can give y'all 100% quality when it comes to me. I would be able to be more productive. So when you invest in things, you invest in things to bring better things. I'm attempting to be that better thing. So investing in me only creates a better me. I already believe in me. I just need to know that you believe in me just as much as I do. Later, Brittany. Have a great one and a blessed day. Love you. Stay sweet. But yes, I'm about to go I'm about to go myself. This was actually an improv live. I just came to talk to my peoples and my supporters. Like I said, every day I get on a video, I'm not going to be just talking about tea. It's going to be different things. We're going to have to engage in different areas. And there's so many different areas in which we can engage in. So while you are here, if you have not yet, please hit that like button. Hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. This has been your girl, it's Tea with Tay. Hit the like button, please don't play. And your girl is definitely out. I hope I came through with some energy to share some good energy. And I love all of y'all.